Okay, women are taught to sit there and look pretty and follow the rules. Like, we are not taught to be beasts. We're not taught to be the lions that I am. Like, you know, we're
Mm,
taught to just like follow the rules. And change doesn't happen
suppressing.
when you're just, yeah.
That's why this work is so fucking powerful, because we actually get to feel our emotions and express them through our body.
What's up? What's up? Hello. So today, this morning, earlier, I was interviewed by Sania, who is a holistic health and embodiment coach. So it was more of like a practice coaching session she did on me. And it was, this is what this video is all about. What's up? My name is Kellyanne Rose. And in this video, we're going to dive into, you're going to see actual clips of our coaching session. Embodiment work and what embodiment coaches are actually doing is they're pinpointing points in your body that are feeling some sort of sensation in order for you to sit with and acknowledge that emotion. And from the somaticmovementproject.com website, which I'll post a link in the description, an embodiment practice is a method of using the unique sensations of our body as a tool to develop awareness, like I kind of said, stay present, self regulate, feel whole, find balance, feel connected, know ourselves, love ourselves, and be empowered. So I'm sure that talk therapy is not common in embodiment coaching work. However, since my throat was blocked, I really needed to talk. So first we talked a little bit, and then we did some breathing exercises.
We're going to slowly start to recall that experience that you shared. And we're just going to tap into the felt sense of the emotion with it. So you were saying how there's some frustration, some tension, a sense of not feeling heard.
But interestingly enough, we kind of turned it into more of a talk therapy, which then, I mean, I don't like to sit in my shit. Like, I like to actually solve the problems, express myself, which is kind of the result of what this whole video was about.
Well, it's really like when we tap into the sensations of our body, we're able to digest them. And really, when we feel an emotion or sensation fully, it's able to dissolve and shift. So, if we keep going in the stories of the minds and like stories of the mind, like it's really just leading to more story.
And I was like, it sounds really simple and silly, but we did, he decided to take me to sushi on his own, but I really just wanted like chicken soup and fruit. And I really just wanted him to bring me chicken soup and fruit, as simple as it is. But I didn't trust that he would take me somewhere afterward, like he says, because he always just likes laying around and like doesn't want to go out afterward. Like, and like what happened last night. There's something I could have improved. Obviously, I could have improved in that situation and been like adamant about like bringing the chicken soup over, but I can't. He changes his mind all the time, so I can't. Like, we were going to go to Tucson this week and then now he's not going, and he feels like this sometime and then he changes his last minute. It's a different story. So I can't trust what he's going to say. So all I can do is control myself, and either it's an opportunity for me to just go with the flow and surrender to the flow, but when it's like comes down to what's good for my body, or I don't feel like eating too much sodium Friday night, or like, I don't know.
So do you think that like on your side, like with like your responsibility in this, like like, do you think that you can just completely try to express fully, like, even if there's some sort of like distrust with
Outcome or
like,
what?
yeah, outcome, with him always changing his mind, like, at least like on your end, like, let's bring like the power back to you, like on your end, just making the intent to just fully express your needs and desires, like, with in every conversation with him.
Yeah, but yeah, let's bring it back to taking the power back. So what do I do? What do I think? What?
I'm not going to tell you what to do or think. We're just getting curious about it.
No,
So,
I mean it. I'm like, what, how do I shift? How do I take my power back? What did you say?
well, coming back to this area where this was the most prominent thing that came up for you is the 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 feeling of tightness in your chest, or sorry, in your throat.
Yeah,
And it's seeming like it's really connected to not fully expressing your needs, your desires, and your boundaries.
yeah,
And yes, because you're saying, yeah, the meaning that you took from that is because there's been times where you did express and it wasn't heard. There's like a distrust of the outcome from it, even, right? So, regardless of the outcome, just going back to your responsibility with fully expressing, how do you think that?
so it makes me feel like not safe. I can't just like be in a bad mood or be tired or need transition time after work and he'll kind of catch me. It's like I have to be 100% responsible for my feelings, my actions, and that's okay. Some people are in this life to be 100% radical for themselves, and some people's partners, some people are in this life to be a little bit more dependent, or maybe, or just like, I don't know, like men get it. Sometimes maybe men get it, or maybe like they don't. Maybe it's all up to us, and we, in order to have that, it's radical expression and communication in order to have a healthy relationship. Like,
So
I
is
think,
there kind of a sense of like, tell me if this resonates, but is there kind of a sense of like, well, I don't want to like have to fully like express so clearly all the time, because I just, part of me just wants him to like get it already.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to feel like I can depend on that.
Oh, I want to be able to like not have depend on it, like not have to over explain myself. Yeah, like,
Right.
yeah, I want to be heard, and I'm not, unless maybe I'm the one that's changing my mind all the time and I don't realize it, and he's just a mirror or reflection of me, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, could be. But all I know is that things can really shift if we stand fully in our radical expression and showing them like our internal world. Because if we're not really expressing that, like, how are they supposed to know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a, on the one hand, great opportunity for me to like communicate with myself, and if he's not going to be solving my problems, like I have to solve them myself and keep him at a distance until he can, I don't know.
Yeah. I
Right.
wonder if that like pushback from him is maybe he's receiving maybe some sort of sense of blame in
Yeah.
this. I'm not like assuming that you're literally blaming him,
Oh,
but just with men, like if they have all this like influx of like, oh, like you didn't da 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 da, they tends to like push back and be like, well, it's your responsibility. Um, and that could be like a mirror for us in the moment, like, oh shit, like, yeah, it is true that it is my responsibility. So I will fully express next time, like even more fully. Um, I don't know if that made any sense.
yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. So, but then it's like when he picks me up and he's like, we're going to sushi. And I was like, well, can we go somewhere else? Like, no, we're going to sushi. Like, and he throws a tantrum like a little child, then it's like, then I don't have that voice anymore. So then I need to just, I don't know. Yeah. So then it's like, so then I let him do it because I don't want to be overbearing or too much or too needy or selfish, that I'm being called selfish. So I let him do it. And then later what happens? I'm so frustrated. Sitting down eating, I'm so frustrated. Like,
And then this keeps getting stronger and
and then
stronger,
I just get
stronger.
angry and angrier. And then I do end up blaming him because I'm not heard.
Mm.
Even
You're
if
not,
it's simple.
and you're not heard. And there's the other piece of, did you fully express your anger in that moment? Like, did you express to him, hey, I feel silenced by you, just like how you were able to express to me authentically in our session right now, like, hey, I kind of feel like silenced a little bit right now. Like, do you feel?
I think it's because I'm so used to being silenced. I'm not just from him, but growing up, being the youngest of 4 kids, 3 older brothers, like everyone else's needs come first. Like everyone else's needs need to be met. And I just need to sit there and look pretty and be the okay one always.
Oof, I'm sensing this strong like sense of like just people pleasing energy, just like,
It's time for me to fucking grow up and be an adult. But how do I meet those needs myself when my own relationship is a reflection? So, which is really an opportunity for growth for me. And unfortunately, it's not something calming and silent, like calming and cool. My boyfriend and I have to, like, the only way he hears me, he was yelled at as a kid, is if he's yelled at. If I'm yelling or crying is the only way he hears me. So it's, you know, is he's willing to do the work with me. Yes. Like, is it messy? Yes. You know? So yeah, like I have to literally, I didn't want to yell at him on the way to sushi. I wanted to be peaceful and I wanted to let
that
it
was like almost like your last resort for you feeling heard.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, do I yell and get what I want? Or do I just go to this place he wants to take me? So I was trying to just be cool, and it's all just, yeah.
I'm sensing that there's like 2 elements to this. So I mean, so I'm hearing there's a lot of like history with not feeling heard, like with your family dynamics, with like, you know, currently in your relationship, like just this really deep sense of like not feeling heard. And so then that leads you to like not even express in the first place.
Yeah, like it's just like it
And
goes,
so,
yeah.
sorry, I'm just gonna say the second element. So then the second element that can sorry, the second element that would come from that is you literally taking the initiative to just hear yourself even more deeply. Because when you hear yourself and like what you truly need and desire, you can then express that to whomever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where this whole like embodiment piece comes in. It's like just slowing down and like hearing the sensations of your body and like how you actually feel about something, like making contact with that, and so you can later express like to other people as well.
Yeah. And for me, it's like, how do I hear myself when it's so far gone and it's like we're just in this loop and we're just laying around and the TV gets turned on and it's Saturday night and I'm like not doing what I want, you know? Or, I don't know.
You're asking like, how do I even hear myself like when I'm already like in that like situation?
Yeah, like when I'm like in the toxic environment or I'm like in this place that I don't want to be, like you can't vibrate at the level that you're manifesting when you're not in the place that you want, that you need to be, you know?
So it sounds like you in those moments you kind of know that like something is not in alignment with you.
Yeah.
So like, how can you tell with that? Like, it's kind of like a bodily sensation, right? Like it's more of like a contractive sensation in your body when like you're like you said, like you're laying around, like it's not really like what you want to be doing. Like, how does that feel in your body?
I mean, just it's all throat this morning. So I can completely see like your work being, manifested in through just my throat. Like all I can feel this morning is my throat. Like, and so yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously it's just like not putting myself in those situations. And that's what I need to avoid and work on doing.
Well, and like I think the practice really is like noticing like when you're in those situations, like, and noticing like what your body is telling you. Because it's not about like I need to avoid those situations, at all costs. It's like just when you're in a situation that it doesn't feel in alignment, like just noticing like how your body is feeling, and then just like being real with yourself in that moment, like, oh, like this doesn't feel right, like, and then once you can tap into that, you can then say to your partner, to whomever, like, hey, like what you truly desire or what you're truly feeling.
I think, which always comes out as blame. And I could work on being more like less reactive, you know?
So calling upon your
Like how do I express my needs without making him feel attacked? I don't know. I don't know. I think
by owning your own emotions first, and like being real with yourself first, like hearing yourself first, because when that energy of like blaming someone or yelling or whatever, it's really because we just really want to feel heard, right? We want to feel heard in our experience. So it's like the antidote to that is to really hear ourselves first, and call upon our resources, our grounding resources in our body first, and then communicating from an empowered, knowing place of, hey, like I'm feeling this, like can you do this? Like, have you heard of nonviolent communication?
yes, I think. I mean, I don't know like what, but
Mhm. So that kind of like connects to embodiment as well, because it's really like saying, hey, like I'm noticing this feeling, or I'm noticing like this sensation in my throat right now, like because I have a need for blank. Can you do blank? It's like it's such a beautiful format for like really taking ownership of our experience and just making a request like based off of that.
yeah, I've heard of the
No
deep.
blame energy.
Yeah, I think, oh God, here he's calling me in here. But I think I've done it through the deer method, and I actually filmed a video on the deer method, um, which is it's kind of the similar process where you express your needs. You ask for what you want after saying like, I noticed I feel this way. So watch that video. I'll put the link. No, but what was the point of that?
But yeah, you
Oh, but I haven't been practicing it. It's like these things that we learn, like it's not like this life isn't like school where you can just kind of like memorize what you need to for 2 weeks to pass the test and then like not have to remember the information. Like everything that in therapy that I've been doing and learning and like committed to myself to be happy so I'd be a healthier relationship and like state my needs so I'll be heard. Like these are things that tools that I like. This is the hardest work than any job. Like this is work. I have to remember all these tools and use them. And like, why is it so hard? Like, I don't know.
I think I have a hunch for why it's so hard, because emotion, which is energy in motion,
Yeah.
is so much more damn powerful than concepts that we learn or like a tool that we have to like remember to use. It's like in that moment, let's say the energy is anger or frustration. That shit is much more damn powerful than like just trying to like recall like a tool to
Yeah.
use. So that's why like it comes back to like embodiment and like noticing the sensations and then digesting it through your breath, through your sound, you know,
Yeah.
like sound, through movement. Like even now, like when I can sense anger in my body, like it's specific movements that really get the energy to like move through my body. So whether that's like shaking, like just throwing like a tantrum in my room for 2 minutes with my movement, with my sound, you know, through, and then integrating all of that with like touch, reminding my body that like it's so valid to feel. It's so valid to feel like this fire in my belly right now is so valid and like I've got it.
Yeah. And like our emotion, we suppress our emotions. Like and we were raised in society in school to like not feel, or like reacting is bad. Well, what about putting some like responsibility in like reacting with emotion? Why do we always have to be calm when we're reacting? Like, why can't we just, I mean, I don't like being,
It's like a suppression of expression.
yeah,
Suppression. It's like I'm feeling this energy right now. I'm feeling this emotion. Suppress. I'm feeling the sadness right now. Suppress. And then it gets shoved all in our bodies. Creates tension.
but then it's like,
It creates like projection.
I don't, when people yell at me, like, I want to like, I don't want to yell at someone because I don't want to pass it along. I don't want to make them feel that way. But that's me and my people pleasing, that my whole life, I'm like, okay, women are taught to sit there and look pretty and follow the rules. Like, we are not taught to be beasts. We're not taught to be the lions that I am. Like, you know, we're taught to just like follow the rules. And change doesn't happen when you're just
Suppressing.
yeah. I mean, you're either going to be, yeah.
That's why this work is so fucking powerful, because we actually get to feel our emotions and express them through our body.
When you look at like ancestral trauma, and, you know, it's not just through our DNA, like we have on emotional and energetic levels, we have trauma that's passed down generationally. So it's really looking at that. And like cleverly, like I learned a bunch of alcohol addiction and like great grandfather that a lot of my immediate cousins and like siblings don't even know about. And it's all real shit. And so it's like, are we gonna just, yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
hear you.
you can't. I've always,
When you were saying that you have this sense of like fieriness in you, like whether that's from your ethnicity or your generational stuff, it's like you sense that you have this sense of like fieriness in you, this sense of like
yeah,
passion in you. And earlier I heard that you say that like you experience anxiety frequently. And I'm wondering if the anxiety is just a name for this fieriness that's not being expressed.
yeah, yeah. I mean, totally. I mean, I'm a double Leo, so that's like double fire sign. And um, yeah, I mean, I don't have any creative expression in like my current like full-time job. Maybe it's just like 5% is creative. And yeah, like I mean, anxiety also,
I
Yeah.
mean, when you think about it, anxiety is like an influx of energy, right? And like anxiety is like a, bzzz, it's like a,
It's like needing to know the outcome when you don't, like, you can't, like, I can't, yeah.
right.
Like,
Yeah. There's like that mental piece to it, but also like with the bodily piece to it, it's like a up-regulated state, right? When we think about like depression or low mood, it's more of like a under-regulated state. It's more like depressed. It's like lower.
mhm.
With anxiety, it's more like a lot of energy, and sometimes when it doesn't have somewhere to go, it's like that causes the anxiety, right? It's like trying to go up, it's trying to express, you know, and then it's like a it's like if we don't express it, it's like a and then it causes like that anxiety.
Yeah.
So like
So
that's
like,
why I think really just expressing through your body when things come up is the antidote to anxiety, to any moods that come through.
yeah, totally. Yeah. Like with Scott laying in bed last night and then just being like, oh, like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go work on my vision board and like I'm doing the dishes. Oh, like good girl. Like, what the fuck? Like, I need to be out expressing myself. I need to be like dancing on like Friday and Saturday nights, like dancing, literally. I went dancing by myself, like at this, like a what do you call it? It was like with the yogi tribal community. And it
Mhm.
felt so good like a few weeks ago. It was just amazing. I was just literally just like freestyle dancing in my body. I didn't know anybody there. I just showed up like 100 other people. And we were just, it felt so good to just dance it out. Um, yeah. And so,
Okay, so hearing that you really love dancing. It's like it's a space where you can feel like you can really fully express. Um, and I wonder if you can like tap into that when different emotions come up.
but I don't know how to let my man like just be him. Like he just wants to lay in bed and he like chills out and like he obviously sees me as like a home. I have this kitchen, I have this comfortable bed. Like he sees me as like this home base, right? But I want to just have fun. Like I want to just like be playful and be like like children together. Like I just want to go have fun, you know? Um I don't want to be like the mom that supplies like the bed and the fucking food. I want to like be the kid that plays with you, you know?
Mm.
Um, so it's like, how do I just like let him do his thing and like not, I think that like ultimately he likes playing too. And that's like what lights us both up. So I don't know how to chill. Like I've never, like no man has ever been able to chill me out. Like,
Maybe they're not meant to. You're not meant to be chilled out. You're meant to express authentically that fire.
yeah. So I don't know where, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, I think it would be really beautiful to dive more deeply into the embodiment practice in our next call. We can like really dive deeper into that, go over the breath, sound, movement, touch practice that like so great for digesting any emotional experience through your body in real time. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that in our next call. But yeah, I think this was a great first call to just like hear where you're at.
But
Just another call, just to dive deeper into it, just as a gift. It's a gift for me to continue like practicing with this and yeah, seeing where it goes.